We just finished round 13 and I wove in our final little end right there. And now we're getting ready to add in our elastic. We're going to add this front piece of elastic first. Let's see, I'll move over here. And the front piece, it says for the elastic at the front of the shoe, we will need a 3-inch piece of 1/4 inch wide. So that's about what we need. I already measured it, and that's 1/4 inch wide. And then to find where we are going, so it says step 1. To find where we are going to pull the elastic into the inside of the shoe, we want to find the 5 front loops that are exposed from the last round of slip stitches on either side of the shoe. So what that's talking about is just, you can kind of see it right here. So this is that last round of slip stitches, but we did 5 of them in the back loops only over the slip stitches from the previous round. So it's like this, these stitches right there. And then it says, step 2, insert your hook on row 11 below the last exposed front loop on either side, but 1 stitch closer to the toe. Okay, and then it says I've marked it with an X in the pattern. So, but this is round 7, just so we know for counting for your own. But this is round 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we want it right in there. And then there's that last front loop. So I'm going to count forward 1 stitch, and go down to row 11 and stick my hook in there. And so there's not going to be like a blank hole or anything. I tried that and I didn't like the way it looked. It looked awfully gappy. So we just want to stick it in there, and then we're going to kind of do that over this way. Then we just want to go straight across on row 11 again, but we want it to be straight. So row 11, there we go. Is that straight? Nope. Let's go back one more. See, and that's why we do it with a hook, because it's so much easier to adjust with the hook. And there we go. So now we got it going straight across. It looks cute. And that's where we're going to pull through. So I was going to point this out. This is not going to end up, you still want it on row 11. So it's down, but notice how it's a little farther behind the stitches up there. It's not going to be perfect. It might be perfect, I guess, on some people's crochet, but many of us, this is not going to be perfect, and it looks better to do it where it looks equal than to actually find the equivalent stitch on the other side. And so with that, we're just going to pull through. There you go. Got that right there. Don't want to accidentally pull it all the way through. And then right here, I'm just going to keep my finger there, put the hook through the other direction so we can see it. And then we're going to do that over here too. And then we got it pulled through. Okay. So then we just want to fold over these little, there shouldn't be long edges. It might be, you know, a little bit longer depending on how tight we crocheted these front stitches, but pretty much the same. But you do want to be able, then we're going to take it like that and we're going to fold it over right there. So, and we can kind of see, you already get just a little bit of a pooling and a gap. So we didn't want to add to that. But, and then we're just going to make a little stitch. So I'm using black thread. Normally I would use white to match the elastic, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like. So with the black, I like, since I have this knot on the end and I don't want it to rub against the baby's foot, so I like to just stick it in to start there so that knot gets hidden below that elastic. Just like that. And then I hold it. And then I usually will just go with the grain in the elastic. And then on a couple of them, they were cute too. I'll do that with this one, where you just make an X with your stitches, and that's cute. Get it to stick out right there. X right there and right there. There we go. And we got a little X. Then we just fasten off on the inside. So I'm going to go down here so that doesn't flap up. We wash it. Tie a little knot. Whoops. Do that again. Tie a little knot. And hide my tail. So I can just cut it flush. That's it. And then you repeat on the other side. And we've got our front section done. Okay, so I am actually going to record this side too. I think I wasn't going to, but then I realized I did something that I should help you guys with, or help you not make the same mistake I just did, so I might as well show you. But I didn't really pay that much attention to equaling this little flap on both sides, and it's not a big deal. There's plenty there, but there's going to be a little bit more on that side, and it would have been easier probably to stitch on if I had paid more attention to that. So when you guys sew it on, try to make sure and get the equal parts on both sides. And you could even add a little bit of extra playroom, because you can always just cut it off at this point to be where you want it to be. So, but I'm just going to repeat that exact same thing I just did. I'm going to hide the stitch, and then I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm going to make an X. There we go. A smaller X. That's why I usually just go with the grain, and then it doesn't even have to be perfect. But the X's are kind of cute too, if you like that. Okay. And fasten off these ends. And then I'm going to hide my tail. When I say that, I just put it in and go like a 1/4 inch or so and pull it out. I do this anytime I hand stitch something, and then I can just cut it there, and that tail is hidden inside of the stitch, or hidden inside of the elastic section right there. Okay, so there we go. Now our little front section is sewn on, looking all cute. There we go. There's a little X, there's a big X, so you guys can decide what you want to do. Okay, now I'm going to put this back section on.